heating and air question of the day. Will the UK be the last country to leave the EU? Vote at TwinCitiesNewsTalk.com or on the Twin Cities News Talk Facebook page. Your options are yes, no, or goats are adorable.
This place falls apart when Andrew's not here. Questions of the day don't make any sense.
The question makes sense.
It's the answers.
Yeah, but I
that
mean,
are
even the answers
problematic.
make sense. There's just like one, I don't know, like rogue, weird one.
That's you. Welcome back to the show. Up and Adam. I'm Jack Tomczak. Andrew's on vacation. Kurt Zeller's filling in.
Howdy ho.
And Nick Zerwas filling in.
Hi-ho.
Good morning.
And filling in on the news bag is Cat Lady.
Good morning.
Do we have Ned Flanders in here now?
And Ned
Yes, we do.
Flanders
Ned
is
Flanders.
here. And the show is produced by Lump.
Oh, she gets applause.
She is the applause. At 7 o'clock over the phone, Congressman Tom Emmer, 7:15, John Spry in to talk about the UK voting to exit the European Union.
You remember his position from yesterday, so we have to reiterate that.
Right. Very clear.
Yeah.
Very clear. At 7:30 over the phone, former talk show host and current candidate for Congress in the 2nd Congressional District, Jason Lewis. At 8, Pazaluna Seth Tyken in with some grilling tips and a gift certificate for the lucky listeners.
Grilling tips.
Is he bringing food?
And hopefully food.
Oh,
And then Brian Miller, our comedian, coming in at 8:15. At 8:40, your parody song contest. The prize is Beach Boys' Pet Sound CD.
possibly a vinyl. We're not really sure.
true. And
you get entered into a grand prize drawing for a turntable provided by Audio Technica.
And the bigger prize, of course, is getting to hear the parody songs that I wrote.
Of
And
course.
getting to talk to me on the phone. That's
And
the true prize.
Listening to Cat Lady sing. It's really,
That too.
Right.
it took us all week to get here, but this is finally a good show.
Win.
Glad I could help, guys.
Thanks,
It's all
Nick.
because of Nick.
Glad I could help.
All right, before we do that next segment, let's get to the news bag, and then next segment, Nick, we'll find out how fatherhood is treating you. You're smiling, which is so weird. You must be overtired.
He's exhausted.
He's delirious.
I don't know where I am.
The Egan City Council voted Tuesday night to approve the Minnesota Vikings plans to build a new headquarters.
News bag is brought to us by.
Oh, I apologize. The news bag is brought to us today by Key Cadillac. That was your job.
You're not getting a paycheck today.
That's Key Cadillac.
What else is new?
All right.
I do everything for free. Babysitting.
Everything.
The Egan City Council voted Tuesday night to approve the Minnesota Vikings plans to build a new headquarters on 44 acres of land where Northwest Airlines once stood. City Council member Gary Hansen's comments evoked the enthusiasm of the council and mayor. To me, this is like having Disney World in Egan, he said. I think it's a visionary plan and obviously going to add substantiality to Egan's tax base.
They're bringing crocodiles to Egan.
Alligators.
Alligators.
And how dare you?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
They are planning on moving there just after the Super Bowl, when that is here, March of 2018.
Okay, so it's one more season at Winter Park? Two more seasons at
yeah.
Winter Park? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Congratulations, Egan. I don't think there was any doubt because everybody does what the NFL and the NFL teams say they're going to do.
Yeah. So
Well, and
everyone in Egan's taxes are going up.
that
or
whole
Disney World.
Northwest facility down there would have been great to keep them. Oh, that's right. They left for Atlanta.
Yeah.
Because of
Which
our tax base.
Hopefully the Vikings will, too.
The Vikings chief operating officer Kevin Warren said the headquarters will enhance Egan's place on the map, making it an international destination.
How? I think
doubt
this is great for Egan. It's bad for Eden Prairie because they're losing the Vikings. But
Sorta.
international,
Yeah.
hey, let's go to the Vikings practice. Somebody from another country says.
Is that your Irish accent?
That's it.
Yeah.
I have a cousin in England who is a huge fan of the Vikings, so he may do that. but
Okay.
He'd be
Joe
the only one.
McDonald-esque over there.
From the Star Tribune, a 5-vehicle crash in the West Metro claims the life of a woman who had the police in pursuit. Barbara
Oh.
Belka, 73.
I
Wait,
saw
what?
the headline on this. I saw the age, and then that was it.
Yes.
And so I was eager to have you read it.
Yeah, so she actually was driving along and ran into a guardrail, and police started pursuing her. And she took
Glug,
off
glug, glug,
and caused a 5-vehicle crash in
Wow.
this pursuit. And then died.
She's dead, everybody.
Yes, unfortunately, she did pass away.
Oh, my God.
Lump, is this where you bring in Grandma got run over by a reindeer?
Wow.
Too soon.
Guess who's never running for governor again?
Too soon.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's not too much there investigating whether or not she was actually running or was unable to stop for some reason. But
Okay.
I think the lesson here is if, a cop's pulling you over, even if you did something wrong, you should maybe pull over.
Yeah. You don't
Maybe.
win a high-speed chase or a low-speed chase or any chase.
But you can try.
I mean, we
Well, you can
Always,
try, but
yeah.
you will be unsuccessful.
much
You never know.
Much to the dismay of many of
Works in
our
movies.
our super conservative listeners, we encourage submitting to the police immediately
Yes.
and then fight your battles in court
Excellent.
because they have a faster car and guns.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And
They're probably better drivers.
And strips, these metallic strips they throw in the road that make all of your tires pop.
Yeah, I don't care how good of a driver
But
you
people
are.
get away in the movies.
Yeah.
It's the same, right?
No matter how good of a
You
driver
believe
you
in
are,
unicorns, too.
or how inebriated you are, you can't drive a car without air in the tires.
No.
Very well.
I mean, you can. It's not going to
Just
work
not-
very well.
Yeah. Well, it's 73.
You'll
Hopefully,
damage it.
That just seems old to be running away from the cops. So I wonder
Could have been
what
a
else
medical,
happened. Yeah.
medical issue.
Yeah.
Or she had a trunk full of meth.
And if that's the case, on Monday, you guys can come in and apologize to this woman's family for being so cruel. What's next?
Also from the Star Tribune, St. Catherine University has cut ties with an event organizer, Heartland & Company, after protesters accused both the school and company's owners of being insensitive to rape survivors. Got a lot of great news. Upbeat today.
Upbeat show
Hey, look at the sun's out.
Yes.
Nice Friday.
Yes.
So,
is the Pioneer Press, right?
No, this is the Star Tribune.
Okay.
So about 24 protesters march on the main gate with signs saying, "Rape culture is here and we will not be silenced."
Get that drop.
They demanded, among other things, that the school distance itself from Heartland and its founders, Craig and Patricia Neal, whose son is in prison for rape. The Neals did say in a written statement, as longtime nonviolence advocates, we abhor and condemn all criminal violence, including that perpetrated by our son.
so is the program or the group doing something that would promote sexual assault, or
Yeah, I
is
don't
it
get
just because the owners of the groups
Have a son.
have a son who's a criminal?
It sounds like the latter. They did hold a seminar on women in leadership at St. Catherine, which caused the fury.
But the seminar was advocating women in leadership.
Right, absolutely.
It
yeah.
wasn't a pro-rape culture seminar?
No, of course not.
Okay.
Sarah
not?
Super is the woman leading the group, and she said it was inspired in part by the recent public uproar over the Brock Turner sexual assault case at Stanford.
Which, again, had nothing to do with this
Right.
group.
Right.
What-
Other than the group's founders of this organization's son is in prison for rape.
But it's a different rape.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
And the owners of the business didn't do it.
Yes, their son got 12 years.
Okay.
And not 6 months.
Not 6
to be
months.
reduced by
Okay.
3. Correct.
Okay.
Wow.
So,
Kind of a long,
Trigger warning.
kind of a long sequoia-like limb to connect.
your third cousin, twice removed,
yeah.
committed a crime, and because of that, we're not doing business with you. Now, in the Pioneer Press story, no, I lied. In the Star Tribune story, at the second paragraph, it says, on Monday, student demonstrators denounced what they called a, quote, toxic rape culture at the St. Paul campus, where 97% of the undergraduates are women. Not that
I'm assuming
women,
St. Kate's doesn't have a very strong rape culture due to.
as a
it
woman,
being all
you
women.
could say that with a bit of a chuckle and not get protested.
Correct.
But with 97% women, not that women can't rape, but of course most rapes are done by men. Is that really a big problem?
well, I think
Is numerically a big problem, I
think
should say?
Well,
I think in colleges in general, there's concern about violence and sexual violence on campus.
Sure.
You know, whether it's an all female school or it's a mixed gender school. I mean, I know a lot of students at St. Kate's. They do co-curricular activities with the University of St. Thomas and other MIAC schools. So the idea that there can't be concerns around sexual violence probably isn't accurate. However, that being said, I can't imagine it is a huge issue, at least on campus
Yeah.
at the University of St. Catherine's. And also, you would have to say that to choose this group to be what you're going to make your point over, to me, says you are so desperate and so in need of being a part of the nationwide fervor that you are looking, scouring, desperate to find some connection that you too could be part of the movement. And you found this.
Yeah.
Wah,
Congratulations.
It just seems like a bit of a stretch to go after, of course, this business that the people who own it didn't do anything. Maybe they did a crappy job raising their son. Maybe that at the worst. But
how does it? I mean, again,
people look for reasons.
Seriously.
They want this to be their cause, and it is a good cause, but it just seems like this is misplaced.
You know, it's not that indifferent from.
No, that's where it starts. No sleep. Start making up words. You're going to be me, and then you're going to be Kurt someday.
Wait, what? That sounds like
awful.
a bad progression.
That sounds real bad. But it's not that indifferent from. If you go back to when I was in school, and I've told this story before, at Hamline University when you had and students at McAllister, they were so desperate. They wanted so badly to be able to be part of the 1960s anti-war protests, that when the first hint of a chance to hold a sign in protest came forward, they took it up. Unfortunately, it was the day after 9/11, and they protested against the war that the U.S. was about to start.
You know what they
This
say.
was their moment.
In life, it's all about timing.
I guess so.
Wah, wah.
One more.
Well, a little bit of a pickup. So after from Pioneer Press, a 32-year-old man with a child pornography conviction has been arrested.
Yay!
On suspicion of kidnapping the disappearance of a 5-year-old girl following a homicide and fire at the Bemidji home where she was staying this week.
This is your pickup?
Well, this is the
The girl was found alive.
Eventually.
No, not eventually. Pretty quick.
Traumatized, broken, and
I know.
All right.
I'm sorry. Like,
just the facts, man.
I don't
What
write
happened?
the news. I just read it.
Okay, what happened?
So a young girl named Brittany was reported missing on Wednesday after an overnight fire destroyed the mobile home where she was staying in Bemidji. Authorities searching the ruins of the home found the body of a woman who they later acknowledged as a likely homicide victim.
Probably the mother?
Yes. Okay. Yes. I don't know that for sure, but I believe so.
Okay.
No, she was a friend of Brittany's mother. Excuse me.
Yeah, according to the story, Care 11 identified the dead woman as Melissa Norby, a friend of Brittany's mother. According to Brittany's aunt, Tiffany, the girl was dropped off at Norby's home where she often stayed overnight and was there at the time of the fire.
So this gentleman who was arrested.
Yeah, we throw gentlemen around too much when describing people. This guy's a monster.
This scumbag who was arrested, was convicted of possessing child pornography in 2013. In February 2013, he posted an ad on Craigslist looking for a 2 to 9-year-old girl to pose in skimpy outfits 7 months after bailing out of jail.
No!
Where he was being held on 6 counts of child porn possession. He was sentenced to prison for 15 months, which he stayed for 5 years.
This is your uplifting
And he's
story?
going back, but he's going back.
He's going back.
That's good.
That's the silver lining.
Sorry.
A woman's dead, and who knows what happened to that girl.
I'll never read the news again.
So he was sentenced for 15 months, and he stayed for 5 years?
Yeah. Apparently, their rehabilitation program indicated.
Or just the person in charge of
parole.
Letting him out just skipped him on the list repeatedly year after year.
I believe, though, the fact that they found the little girl alive is great news.
That is good news.
My guess is
that could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, they got him in there, and they did some assessments on him and said, no, you were way too sick to let back.
Yeah.
And he will probably never ever leave again now.
Good,
God willing.
Good. And if this is your thing, anybody who happens to be listening, though I doubt it, those are FM people. Do the rest of us a favor and check out early. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, let's find out. Let's have some uplifting stories. Find out from Nick Zerwas how being a new dad is.
Don't